Welcome, Decoders. Having a Sigma personality isn't all about quiet confidence and strategic thinking. Behind the mysterious aura and independent spirit lies a reality that rarely gets discussed. While many admire the Sigma's ability to chart their own path, few understand the true cost of walking alone. Those with a Sigma personality often face unique psychological and social challenges. It's not just about being misunderstood. It's about navigating a world that wasn't built for their way of thinking. While everyone's busy romanticizing the lone wolf lifestyle, nobody talks about the weight of constant self-reliance or the price of seeing through social facades when others seem perfectly happy playing along, or the exhaustion of being hyper-aware in a world that rewards surface-level connections. Dr. Martin Seligman, a pioneer in positive psychology, explains, the very traits that make someone exceptional can also be their greatest source of struggle. For those with a Sigma personality, this paradox plays out daily in ways that most people never see or understand. This isn't about complaints or seeking sympathy. It's about pulling back the curtain on realities that get buried under inspirational quotes and idealized descriptions. Because understanding these challenges isn't just important for this personality, it's crucial for anyone trying to understand why some people choose to walk a different path. Let's explore the darker aspects of being a Sigma, the parts that don't make it into the motivational videos or social media posts. These are the 5 hidden struggles that come with having the rarest personality type. Number 1. Being punished for speaking the truth. Isn't it ironic how honesty, the one thing we're taught to value, can make you the misfit? For those with a Sigma personality, this isn't just an occasional inconvenience. It's a tough reality that hits hard every day. Truth-telling often comes with a price tag. When others sugarcoat problems or ignore obvious issues, your natural instinct to point out the reality makes you a target. Superiors see you as a threat to their authority. Colleagues label you as difficult. Even friends start keeping their distance simply because you refuse to pretend everything's fine when it clearly isn't. Or maybe you're having dinner with friends and someone asks for your honest opinion. You give it, thoughtfully and respectfully, only to watch their faces fall. They didn't want the truth. They'd wanted comfortable lies wrapped in pleasant words. Psychologist Dr. Susan David calls this toxic positivity, the pressure to maintain an artificially positive outlook at all costs. For a Sigma, playing along with this charade feels impossible. Their natural inclination toward honesty and directness often clashes with society's preference for comfortable illusions. Telling the truth comes with a cost, no matter where you look. In relationships, where brutal honesty is labeled as lack of empathy. At work, where pointing out real problems gets you marked as difficult. Even in friendships, where real feedback is often met with distance rather than appreciation. This isn't about being tactless or cruel. Those with a Sigma personality usually deliver truth with careful consideration. But in a world that often prefers pretty lies to uncomfortable truths, their commitment to honesty can feel like a burden. The hardest part is watching others get rewarded for telling people what they want to hear, while your truthfulness earns you isolation and criticism. Yet, despite the social cost, a Sigma can't help but choose truth over comfort. It's simply who they are. Number 2. The pain of outgrowing people you care about. It's a strange feeling, sitting across from someone you've known for years and realizing you're no longer on the same wavelength. For those with a Sigma personality, this bitter experience happens more often than they'd like to admit. You notice your conversations becoming shallower. Their goals seem stuck in place while you're constantly evolving. The jokes that once made you both laugh now feel empty. It's like watching a movie you used to love, only to find it doesn't hit the same way anymore. Psychiatrist Carl Jung described this phenomenon as individual evolution, the natural process of personal growth that sometimes forces us to leave others behind. For a Sigma, this evolution happens frequently and intensely, making it particularly painful. You try to maintain these connections. You simplify your thoughts, hold back your opinions, and pretend to be interested in things that no longer matter to you. But eventually, the gap becomes too wide to ignore. While they're happy staying on the surface, you're digging deeper, asking bigger questions, and looking for more meaningful experiences. The guilt is the worst part. These people didn't do anything wrong. They're just being who they've always been. You're the one who changed, who wanted more, who couldn't stay in the same place. Sometimes you wonder if it would be easier to just settle, to stop growing so you could keep these comfortable old connections. But that's not how having a Sigma personality works. You can't help but evolve, question, and seek deeper understanding. So you watch as these relationships slowly fade, like old photographs losing their color. Each one leaves a mark, a small ache in your heart for the person they used to be. There's a special kind of loneliness in growing apart from people you love. It's not anyone's fault. It's just part of life's journey. Some people are meant to walk with you for a season, and that's okay too. Number 3. When intelligence feels like a curse. Studies show that people with higher IQs often report feeling more isolated and misunderstood. It's not about being smarter. It's about seeing patterns and connections that others miss and feeling the weight of that awareness every single day. Being a Sigma means your mind works differently. While others can switch off and enjoy simple pleasures, your brain keeps analyzing, questioning, connecting dots. It's like having a computer that never shuts down, constantly processing information whether you want it to or not. Simple conversations become complex puzzles. You catch hidden meanings in people's words, spot inconsistencies in their stories, notice subtle shifts in their behavior. What others take at face value, you automatically break down and examine from every angle. Psychologists call this cognitive complexity, the tendency to see multiple layers in situations that most people view as straightforward. While this depth of thinking can be a gift, it often feels like a burden. You can't enjoy movies without spotting plot holes. You can't take advice without seeing its flaws. You can't have casual conversations without noticing deeper implications. The worst part is that you can't turn it off. While others can blissfully ignore life's complexities, your mind refuses to let you look away. You see potential problems before they happen, recognize patterns in chaos, and understand consequences that others don't even consider. This constant awareness makes relaxing nearly impossible. Your brain keeps working even when you wish it wouldn't, picking apart problems, generating solutions, questioning everything. It's exhausting. Sometimes you envy those who can simply accept things as they are, without this constant need to understand everything on a deeper level. Yet this is part of who you are. Your mind wasn't built for surface-level engagement with life. And while this deeper understanding often feels like a curse, it's also what makes you uniquely capable of seeing beauty and meaning where others see nothing at all. Number 4. The frustration of watching mediocrity rewarded. It hits you in the gut every time. The promotion goes to the person who plays politics instead of the one who delivers results. The praise goes to those who talk big rather than those who work quietly and effectively. The spotlight always seems to find the mediocre, while excellence sits in the shadows. Having a Sigma personality means you see through the show. You notice how often style wins over substance, how loud confidence trumps quiet competence. The colleague who spends more time managing their image than their work somehow keeps climbing the ladder. Meanwhile, those who focus on actual quality and results often get overlooked. British philosopher Bertrand Russell once wrote, "The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, while wiser people are full of doubts." This sums up the everyday reality for people who care more about substance than appearance. While others are busy selling themselves, you're focused on actually being worth something. You see it everywhere. In meetings where the loudest voice drowns out the best ideas, in projects where flashy presentations matter more than solid work, in social situations where empty charm beats genuine value. It's like watching a magic show where everyone's amazed by obvious tricks. The hardest part isn't watching mediocrity succeed. It's fighting the temptation to play the same game. You could do it. You could learn to brag more, network better, play politics, but something in your nature refuses to compromise quality for quick wins. Some might call this pride or stubbornness. But for those with Sigma traits, it's about maintaining personal standards in a world that often rewards their opposite. You'd rather be overlooked for doing things right than praised for doing things wrong. So you figure out how to find satisfaction in the work itself. knowing that true quality, while not always rewarded, carries its own worth. Even if others don't see it, you know the difference between real excellence and its imitation. Number 5. Feeling like a lone wolf in a pack-driven world. Have you ever felt completely at peace doing things your own way, only to have others treat your independence like a problem that needs fixing? It's one of those strange paradoxes that comes with having a Sigma personality. The very traits that make you strong somehow make others uncomfortable. Your ability to thrive on your own isn't a flaw, it's a strength that few understand. While most need constant input and validation from others, your personality naturally gravitates towards self-reliance. Well-known psychologist Abraham Maslow called this self-actualization, the ability to grow and make decisions without depending on others. Sometimes you prefer a quiet dinner at a restaurant, a weekend focused on your interests, or even a solitary walk in the park, not from avoiding people, but from knowing what recharges you. That's why as a Sigma, all you need is yourself and your thoughts to feel alive. But society has a funny way of twisting this strength. They see your independence as something that needs fixing. Your comfort with being alone gets called disconnection. The truth is, you value real connections and work well with others. You just don't need constant approval to feel whole. As writer Susan Cain puts it, there's zero connection between being the best talker and having the best ideas. Maybe the real question isn't why you're comfortable being independent, but why others find independence so threatening. If this video resonated with you, consider subscribing to our channel for more content on the Sigma personality and other related topics. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay strong and keep evolving. There you have it, Decoders. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.